channel, guys. It's been a long road working on this suspension swap. First off, I want to say happy holidays. Hope everyone had a happy and safe Thanksgiving. You know, everybody be grateful and thankful for everything they have, especially during this time with this pandemic going on. Hope everybody kept social distancing and staying safe with their families. But yeah, so where we at right now with the car, finally got the suspension in. Okay, so I got the rear end, as you can see. Both sides are done. In the rear, and of course in the front, I got the front done as well. And I've also adjusted the height to where I want it. You can see the strut is in, and on that side too. And you see we're still working on the car. So now, where I'm at, I finally got the pump out. This thing was a beast to get out. Okay, so there's a lot of videos on YouTube about doing the suspension swap and taking the pump out. As you see, I got the new pump in, just ready to bolt it up. There's a lot of work involved getting this pump out. It's not an easy job. Trust everyone when they say this is not for the weak. Getting this pump in and out of here. Get some more light on it. But yeah, that's the new power steering pump. That's going to be attached and hooked up. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. So today I'm going to be putting the pump on. Some of the hiccups that I ran across while doing this job. One, let me show you. Well, first off, the grub screws are the set screws or whatever you call them on the front struts were stripped. So I ended up replacing the lower control arm. So it has a brand new lower control arm on the car. And I just went ahead and got rid of the old piece, all in one piece. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see some of the pictures and videos of what I did. And when I went to go tighten the upper control arm, this happened. The bolt broke out of right here. But I'm kind of glad that happened because these needed to be replaced. It was already damaged. It was only a matter of time before it finished breaking, and thank God it didn't break when I was driving. But this one, for some reason, is in much better condition. So this one still had a lot of life left in it. It really doesn't look that old, to be honest with you. But for some reason, this one was way worse condition on this side. And this one was on the passenger side. And this is the driver's side. But, you know, stuff happens when you're working on old cars. Stuff breaks. So those are some of the issues I had on the front. The back really was no issue. Gave me no problems. It pretty went as expected. The front, like I said, the grub screws and the set screw, pretty much what gave me the problem on that. And I could put the camera here and give you a little view of what it looks like. That's the new upper control arm with the strut inside, as you can see. And let's see if we can get a shot of the lower control arm. There it goes. All that is in. So we're pretty much good to go. So right now, like I said, what I'm working on is getting this pump in. And hopefully this goes down pretty well with no problems, and I'll be able to get this car back on the road, because it's been a long time coming. As you know, I had to wait almost 2 months just for the struts to get here. Then ran into all those other problems. Had to order lower control arms, upper control arms. Had to wait for those to come. Already had my pump, thank God, so that didn't have to be ordered. It was already here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. Slap this pump in. Oh, and another thing about this pump that I found out. It only had 2 bolts holding it in. The pump that was in here is a used pump. And let me show you how I can tell real quick. Because this pump had to come from a junkyard or something. Okay. If you look at it, you can see the writing on it. That's not factory. So yeah, somebody replaced this, but they didn't put all the bolts back in. And that was one of the issues I had. The lower front bolt is broke off in there by the previous owner, and there was nothing holding that bottom part. Top bolt came out pretty easily, and the rear was the hardest, but I finally got it out. Took a lot of finger twisting with my fingers, but I was able to get it out. So I went and got some more bolts from Home Depot to replace the ones that were missing and broken. And I'm going to add an extra one just to make sure it stays secure. And yeah, man, we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. And yeah, I'm going to have to respray because you see it got nicked a couple of times getting this pump out. I was kind of pissed about that. So, you know, it is what it is, but this is a process. It's a learning process. My first time doing this, and we're going to do what it do. So let's get to it. Get these bolts in, get this pump up and running. Oh yes, and I got my hydraulic fluid for my power steering pump. So this way we go ahead and fill her back up. As you can see, I removed the containers. I got the filters right here. I won't be using this one. This is for the hydraulic. But I will be using this one down here for the power steering. That's all I need. And I'm not sure about other CL500s, but way back in there, you really can't see. You kind of see, but right there, let me see if I get a better light on it so you guys can tell. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna point to it right there. That's one of the hydraulic lines. It was welded right there. So I couldn't get the bolts off because they were stripped. That was the other problem I had. And let me show you that the person who did this car before me stripped the bolt to the banjo bolt. If I could find it on here. Which one was it? This one. It was pretty much chewed up. So there was no way for me to get that off from underneath the car, or really can't go through the wheel well because it's not lined up with the wheel well. So I couldn't get that. So this is the one that I cut to be able to get it out. So yeah, it was all kind of problems with this car getting the stuff out. But like I said, I'm not going to be using those hydraulic lines anymore. Eventually, I'm just go ahead and pull them out and be done with it. So yeah, man, we're almost done with this project. So close to getting this finished and this car back on the road. And we can work on some more projects I got up and coming for this car. But yeah, for right now, we're gonna go ahead and knock this out and get some B-roll footage. Let's get back to it. Alright guys, a few hours later and a few trips to Home Depot and Advanced Auto Parts. And it looks like we're done. I got the oil filled up. Got the belt back on. As you can see. Now the only thing left to do is charge the battery up. Start her up, see if we have any leaks. Then that should be it. Power steering should be working again. And no more ABC hydraulic suspension, just straight coilovers. So we're gonna go ahead and charge the battery, give it a few minutes, gonna crank her up, see where we're at. Alright, so we got the jump box hooked up. Let's go ahead and do the first start, see if everything works out. Of course, you gotta know I'm nervous. Hoping everything goes smoothly. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get her in here. It's been a while since she's been cranked up, so stick the key in. Alright guys, first start up. Let's get it. Alright, so far so good. We got a little bit of oil smoke, but that's expected because some oil spilt. Let's check underneath. Got a little bit of oil coming out, but it's going to until it comes out of all the hoses that I took apart. Yeah, so far it looks good. We'll let it run for a little while and we'll check back in a second. Alright guys, this is where we're at. We got her running. She's running strong. Of course we're gonna have that ABC light stay on, but eventually we'll get that fixed. But right now, there's no leaks. Everything's sealed up tight. Everything's running right. The only problem that we do have is underneath. Give you a better look so you can see everything. Yeah, she's running good so far. I revved her a couple of times. No leaks, nothing popped loose. But I guess from the car sitting, now we have a drip. And that's not hydraulic fluid, that's antifreeze. And it's coming from a bolt. Or at least I think it's coming from a bolt. Let me try to get under here to show you. Let's see. We can get up under here good enough without dropping my phone. Just bear with me, guys. From that bolt right there, is dripping antifreeze. So I'm probably gonna have to take that bolt loose and seal it up. Probably replace the bolt. Go ahead and replace it. This way it's not dripping. We're not losing any antifreeze. But yeah, we got it. She's done. Just a little bit of hydraulic oil still burning off. Just gonna do that for a little while. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So the next step is to fine tune the suspension. We got the dampeners on. So we're gonna go ahead and probably take her for a test drive. If not tomorrow, either the day after. See how she rides. Power steering is back. She turns. See, don't have to struggle to turn her. So the power steering is back. Still got to make that appointment to get the wheel alignment done. And we're getting closer and closer, guys. She's going to get back on the road. Told you this is a project car, so it's going to take time sometimes. Not everything's going to be quick. I know nowadays everything people want it to be instant, but unfortunately, circumstances with COVID and getting things shipped, it took like 2 months to get the suspension in. And then between work and my business, you know, and life, we're at where we're at, but we got it together. We got it done. And I can tell you, man, I'm really proud of myself. Oh, and one last thing before I go. I have to give a huge shout out to the CL500 community that I joined on Facebook. They help a lot. Those guys are very knowledgeable. And want to give a special shout out to two of them that really helped me out, gave me some good advice. One is Cody Travis. Thank you, man. I love what you're doing with your CL55 with the turbos. Can't wait for you to make a YouTube channel so we can see that. If you do have a YouTube channel, you know, just let me know and I'll put it down below and, you know, I'll give you a shout out on that. And another one is Gold Element Auto, I believe. I'll get it right and I'll put his description down below too. But yeah, man, he has a wide body CL55 that is sick. And he's been doing some great things. I just want to thank you, brother, for all the advice and all the help that you've given me. And man, you and Cody, y'all really inspired me to start working on this car and doing projects and everything to it. And while I'm giving shout outs, let me give a real huge shout out to the legendary man himself, Tall Guy Car Reviews. It's because of you and MrOrganik that I started this channel in the first place. Y'all motivated me and inspired me to start my own vlog. I work on cars anyway, so why not put it on YouTube? And all four of you guys, man, y'all get much respect from me, so there it is. But thank you guys for watching Project CL500. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm out.